Chill. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him?
Oh, what's up? Oh, what's up?
Yo, what up? It's Amaj back here with another video, and this video is titled Jack Doherty Can't Stop Humiliating Himself. This video is by Atazi, and man, what, bro? If they don't get Jack Doherty up off these streets, what is he streaming on now, bro? That's what I want to know, bro. One of these back-end dog water sites?
IRL streamer just can't stop humiliating himself, and I'm starting to get baffled at how little self-awareness it's possible to have as a human being. Because Jack Doherty just picked a fight for content with a former UFC heavyweight champion. Then talked a whole lot of smack online, then completely disappeared when it was time to actually follow through on his talking, which is extremely on.
Embodiment of fucking high school niggas. You talk shit and then literally go high.
For the guy, but this is also on top of him currently facing the legal charges in Miami from about a month ago. So mid-December, Jack Doherty went viral after footage surfaced of a chaotic backstage interaction at the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua boxing event in Miami. At this point, Jack just needs to stay out of Miami. But the clip showed former UFC heavyweight champion Andrei Arlovski swinging and kicking towards Jack's group as people yelled and recorded everything from their phones.
Dude, why that guy trying to kick me for no reason? I don't know. Just keep going.
This nigga lucky he got bodyguards. I think that's what he do. I mean, well, obviously he does half of the shit he does, but like MMA fighter swinging and kicking at me, nigga, I will be fucking terrified, nigga.
How are you 260 and we still eat your hits? You're a little. Holy.
Of course, Jack then tweeted trying to frame the whole thing as another example of him being treated unfairly by saying, "I was just walking by and he tries to kick me for no reason." And that's how it all started. I literally didn't say or do anything to him, but I'll always be the bad guy in the situation, lol. According to the reporting at the time, the whole thing happened backstage at the Kaseya Center while Arlovski was moving through the arena with his wife, his child, and his friends. Jack, who is known for walking directly into people and shoulder checking them as a part of his content, allegedly ran into Arlovski. I mean, who would have thought that shoulder checking people for content, then hiding behind your bodyguard, would ever catch up to you?
Yo, what's up? What's up? What you gonna do? What you gonna do, little bro? What you gonna do? Uh-oh, he's mad.
And shoulder checking is like a middle school ass thing. Well, people don't even do it anymore, but like you do it with like friends, you goof off with friends, but like shoulder checking just like some, random ass person is just wild. And even when back in like middle school, you just shoulder check another dude, that ultimately means you're about to fight. That means there has to be a fight going on. Or tough guys use that to just, intimidate people. But this nigga's not tough.
Oh, what you gonna do, little bro?
But almost immediately, things got heated. One of Jack's friends or team members, maybe his bodyguard, appeared to throw a punch. And then Arlovski responded just days later, saying this wasn't just an unprovoked attack. From his Instagram story post, he said, "First of all, I didn't beat anyone. I just stopped the threat. Someone threatened me, my wife, my kid, and I have another friend and his wife. I did what I was supposed to do and what every man is supposed to do and stop the threat." And in another post, Arlovski said that he was the victim and that Jack was looking for content and they had been sucker punched during the fight. But before we get there, Arlovski didn't stop with just one response, because on January 1st, Arlovski spoke again, this time in a longer interview. By then, Jack had already issued challenges, talked about fighting, and loudly claimed online that he wasn't scared of anyone. But according to Arlovski, none of this really lasted too long. He called me this and that and talked about boxing, and if I understood for MMA, my manager mentioned something like Misfits contacted him and no response. Nothing. Then came the line that would pretty much summarize Jack's on.
Oh shit! Hey, Misfits seen a bag. It seemed like a whole leading line. They probably seen Jack Doherty getting his ass beat and propelling them back into the news spear. But like this nigga Jack Doherty is just such a pussy, bruh. Nah, don't talk all that shit now. Just go fight that nigga, man. You talk all that shit.
Personality. He was super brave, super loud for these 2 or 3 days, and now he vanished. And Arlovski, he admitted before the fight that he didn't even know who Jack Doherty was. He only learned about the name after the clips went viral and people started messaging him. So I mean, if that's the case, there's no reason for Arlovski to actually start a fight with Jack out of nowhere, like Jack claimed. I also think one of the funniest parts of the entire thing is that Arlovski said that having a fight with Jack made him into some kind of online or in-person hero, because he said a whole bunch of random kids recognized him because of that clip. And I mean, honestly, that's just kind of diabolical, because it shows how much the world dislikes
That's fucking crazy. That literally shows like how much like the whole world hates this nigga. You got kids hate this nigga. You got teenagers hate this nigga. Like everybody hates this nigga. I'm sorry, this nigga's face is just annoying. He just got so much of like a punchable face. I don't know why. Like Jack Doherty, bro. Just the name. I mean, just the mention of Jack Doherty's name just feels like you want to just punch that nigga. He's just so annoying.
Streamers who just harass strangers on the street for content like Jack. So Arlovsky also confirmed that Jack's bodyguard did throw punches, and that instead of anyone trying to help this random fight, everyone just started recording Jack's team hitting him, which is interesting and honestly very on brand for the social media sphere. But with the focus now on his upcoming bare knuckle fight against Ben Roswell, Arlovsky said that he wasn't interested in continuing the drama. Jack, according to him, had already vanished. And the last time I covered Jack, it was already obvious things were headed downhill because, you know, he had a legal interaction on November 15th. He was arrested in Miami, and according to the Miami Beach Police Department, Jack Doherty was arrested at 3:12 a.m. after officers saw him intentionally stepping into the traffic and blocking the roadway at the 700 block of Washington Avenue.
What? No.
I got him. Hey, yo, you don't want to go neither. Back up. I'm just saying I got him. Back up. Don't worry about it. Chill. Go to the sidewalk now. Go to the sidewalk now. You want to go with him? Who the f*** you think you are, bro? No, you're.
Bro, as a security guard myself, my nigga, why are you even like interfering with police shit? Once a client or somebody getting arrested, you can't do shit about that. Don't try to be like, who the fuck you think you are? You're not getting paid that much. I'm pretty sure that nigga's not paying you that much to guard him from the police, my nigga. Like, he probably paid that much to guard him from, like, you know, all those other people that are trying to beat his ass. But, like, police, you supposed to step aside and just, like, make sure you're out the way. Like, you probably would have got arrested. Shit, tased or whatever, because you big as shit.
Nah. He was trying. After I do it, who the f*** are you, bro?
And according to the affidavit, officers issued multiple commands to get out of the road. Jack refused, even after members of his own group told him to comply. The affidavit states that he replied no, you know, which is just genius. But he was about to prove to the world how much of a genius he really was because police warned him that he was going to get arrested, and Jack's response to that was, once I'm done with this, bet. Which, that's just not something you say to the police, unless you want to spend the night in jail. Especially because he had illegal stuff on him while he was actively refusing to comply with police. It really doesn't get too much dumber than that. No, actually, I take that back. It gets a whole lot dumber than that. We know very well on this channel, it gets a whole lot dumber than that.
Fuck, my nigga. This nigga's actually retarded. You doing all that hoopla. And then you got illegal ass drugs on you, and that doesn't make the situation any better, man. I really hope that I mean, I want something to come out of this. I know nothing's gonna come out of it. It never really comes out of it. They make a big deal about it in the situation, but then when it gets to the courts, it's not really gonna do nothing, my nigga. That's how it is nowadays.
But that was still really dumb. But they apprehended Jack in the middle of the roadway due to what the affidavit describes as his deliberate refusal to follow lawful orders and continued obstruction of traffic. Jack was then transported to the Miami Beach Police Holding Facility for booking, and the after-hours state attorney was contacted for charging. He was charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession, and resisting an officer without violence. After his release, Jack said that was the worst 24 hours ever. There was no traffic. It was just 3 in the morning. I think they just wanted to lock me up, but fair enough, learned my lesson. Did he really though? I don't know.
No.
But of course, even though he said it was the worst 24 hours of his life, Jack wasted no time to turn all that into content. He posted a video showing himself released from jail, posing with people with his face on t-shirts. As of right now, an arraignment hearing where Jack will officially enter a plea is scheduled to a little over a week from now. Legally speaking, this probably won't destroy him. Realistically, I don't think he's gonna get any serious charges from this. But in the Arlovsky situation, Jack said, I literally didn't say or do anything. In the Miami Beach situation, you know, Jack just said there was no traffic and the police just wanted to lock him up. In both cases, multiple accounts say the same thing. Jack was pushing the situation for content, refusing to stop, and acting shocked when the world doesn't want to play along. But he did present a little bit of hope for everyone out there on New Year's because he announced that he was not going to return to social media in 2026.
All right, guys, I'm quitting social media. This is my last video ever, and if you don't believe me, you can check back in here in 24 hours plus. I am not posting another video ever again. I'm not going into 2026. I'm quitting social media, and this is my last video. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys, but I'm done.
I don't think anyone believed that, though.
Oh, if only that was true, my nigga. He always got to make us come back to streaming. I mean, since he's on those dog water ass like streaming sites now, the back end, the ones that are worse than Kick. Oh, it was crazy. Um, I'm pretty sure he has to stir up some type of like attention because none of his main fans even like fuck with him on like YouTube or all those main ones anymore.
Because naturally, he returned. His girlfriend also posted something related to either this arrest or a previous situation as well. Yeah, it's an interesting mindset to just get pulled over by the police and immediately jump to how can I farm this for content? But overall, it seems like their content is also kind of shifted from going to the mall and I guess baiting people and baiting the OF to just flaunting their stuff.
All right, guys, my boyfriend's gonna show you all his cool watches, and you guys better pay attention, and you guys better be nice.
Hi, I'm Jack. These are my cool watches. And so the first one is probably one of my favorite ones. This Richard Mille RM30, you know, one of 30 in the world.
To me, I mean, it almost kind of seems like they're giving up because what is this? Also, they're now forcing their new bodyguard to film TikToks with them. So, that's
Oh, yo. That's when you know niggas is running out of goddamn content to make, man. Oh, there's nothing else he can do to just propel himself back into the spear instead of like annoying people, but like he can't do that right now because he got the police on his ass. But like it really sucks overall they're not gonna make an example out of this nigga because you already know they tend to not really do nothing in courts. They gave that DoorDash girl a light ass sentence, and I'm pretty sure they're about to give him a light ass sentence for having illegal drugs on him while he literally intimidated officers. I don't want to pull a race card, but like if that was a black guy, that nigga would have snapped into prison. But hey, if y'all getting tired of Jack Doherty just like me, leave a like and subscribe. But hey, it's Samaje, and we on the road to 250. Catch y'all guys in the next video.